Hi everyone, Sprite Laureano back here with another incredible episode of A Giant Journey. Today we're talking about AgeBusters, breaking free of the myths that block our joy, vitality, and zest. Okay, and our next Awakening Giant, she was with us also on the New Zealand location shoot. And Pamela Kirkpatrick is our beautiful sound healer. She's a singer and a songwriter. She has built and run nonprofits for many years, and she also is in the reverse mortgage banking industry. This woman has so many incredible talents, and we're so looking forward to hearing your beautiful wisdom, Pamela, on age busting.
Thank you, Sprite. So it's really incredible. You know, I've often said to people that I believe that when we're born knowing everything and having access to everything, and that life becomes about limiting ourselves by what we're taught, the no's that we get, the boundaries that we're taught. And yes, those are important, but I think what really struck me, because I'm also in my 60s now, it's really amazing because you get to reinvent yourself yet again. When I look at things that I've accomplished in my life, they usually were the outcomes of dreams. And so dreams manifest. And one of the things that I think many of us do throughout the course of our life, I think it's definitely been true for me, is that we forget to be complete with something. We forget to congratulate ourselves and be complete. And I use the metaphor of when you read a good book, right? You read this good book and you devour it sometimes. You just can't put it down. And when you get to the last word and you close the book and you finish it, you're not angry with the book. You don't feel a sense of separation. You might hope that the writer, the author, will write another book that you can have another experience, or maybe you'll think of somebody to share the book with, but you're complete with that and you're okay. We forget sometimes to be complete with ourselves. And that is something that recurs every moment, every time we open our eyes and greet a new day. We have the opportunity to recreate ourselves. And when it comes to age, I think it's very interesting in our society and our culture. You know, the word crone used to be a word of wisdom. It meant a woman who had been usually a mother, possibly a grandmother, who was had midwifed and birthed and created things, that was a source of wisdom. And somehow it all got like corrupted with, you know, the witch in Snow White or this or that, where a crone became like an old ugly witch with a wart on her nose. Well, you know what? Crone wisdom, we're all living longer. Like Linda spoke about, who wants to retire? I may want to retire that aspect of myself and be complete with it, knowing that having all the stuff, all the physical stuff, even though I love beautiful things too, we always have the ability to access the memory, the process, the people, should we need them on today's journey. So what I'd like to say is that be complete with things so that you can allow yourself to dream new dreams. And be aware that, especially in this time, we're reinventing things that have never existed before. So when a word that described me maybe a year ago or a month ago, may not describe me today in the same way. Be willing to stop, like we do in sound healing, and become present to yourself, so that in that stillness, you can determine where you want to dream now, and be present in the moment. It's not about age. It's about remembering who you are.
Pamela, so incredibly beautifully said. And I love to get the example that you gave us of the reading a book and being complete. One way of being complete is to stop, is to just pause. And I'm just wondering if you can share with us a way from your own life that you have found that place where you needed to complete and what you did.
I lost my husband almost 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, just before he was 63. And we were together since I was a teenager. So we were together for like over 40 years. I never dreamed, I always knew that there was a possibility that we might not be together forever, but I never really thought about what it would mean to not have him on the planet. That just never came into it. And so I found myself in a place where I went from being in a big house to I live in a room. And now that I've been living in a room for 2.5 years, after coming back from India, I want to be lighter and brighter even again. And I want to get rid of even more. Not that I want to get rid of the memories. I'm complete with them, but I am able now to access things in a way that's different so that I can be lighter and brighter and that I can flow in the resonance and the flow of life that my inner child guides to me now.
Absolutely beautiful said. And I love your inner child.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing her with us, Pamela. Absolutely
Thank you.
beautiful. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. And our next awakening giant, Sammy Blindell, was with us from our very, very first location shoot in Southern California. And then she was with us again in our next location shoot in Ecuador, and she has been on a wild ride since then, and we'll get to a lot more of her story, I know, and some other podcasts as well. But I just want to introduce you to Sammy Blindell. She is the creator of the One Drop movement. She's a best-selling author and an international speaker. And Sammy, I can't wait to hear what you have to share with us today about age busting.
Well, it's so amazing to be on this show today because I have 3 myths that when I really thought about this topic, I thought actually there's 3 big myths. And, I've worked with many, many thousands of entrepreneurs all over the world now, supporting them to become that one drop that they want to see in the world, that ripple maker. And there's 3 big myths that I hear all the time. And I thought this is a great opportunity to really bust that. And we are change makers. The whole theme of Awakening Giants is that change maker and the essence of being a change maker. So the first myth that I want to bust is I have to build a big list to be a change maker. You don't have to build a big list to be a change maker. You don't have to have a big list to be a change maker. It all starts with being that one drop. It just starts with one person. It only takes one person to start a community. It takes one person to be that difference maker and that change maker to them. And that life essence, the ripple that is created as a result of the energy that goes into really transforming or changing that life, whether you're a mum and you're changing the lives of your children or transforming the lives of the other people around you in your family, or maybe you're the CEO of your business, and anywhere in between. You are a one drop, you are a ripple maker, you are a difference maker. And in being that change you want to see in the world, it automatically inspires and makes that impact on so many people. So I want to bust that myth that you have to have a big list or you have to build a big list to be a change maker, because just by getting started, it just needs you to take that that opportunity to make a difference to 10 lives or 100 lives, and those 100 lives will go on and create massive ripples. So really, don't get caught up on, oh gosh, I'm not going fast enough, or how can I go faster, or I should be further on. I think we really, as entrepreneurs, give ourselves a big kick that we don't need to, and we just feel like we always should be further. And I think that can then create compare and despair when you're looking at other people on social media. Oh, they're doing this or they're doing that. just focus on yourself and what you can do. What change do you know in your heart that you can facilitate? So that's the first myth. You don't have to build a big list. You can just get started. Open the door for someone. That make a legacy. We don't have to wait until we die to create a legacy. Just open the door for someone. Smile at someone. Each person that you do that for, that, you know, these are ripples that can make a massive difference, and that's how you start to really build community. The second myth is, I meet so many people who say, if I'm going to build a successful business, then I've got to hustle. If I'm not working hard, then I'm not working hard enough. Well, I can tell you, I mean, I've built 10 companies now. I have 2 global businesses, and I don't feel like I work at all. And I actually only work 4 hours a day. And people ask me, like, how do you do that? How do you build this global business? Well, because actually to create something successful, it doesn't mean working hard. It means really being in love and intentional and creational with what you're doing. And whether you're building a business, whether you're leading your family, it's about being intentional with the time that you have. Because if you think, okay, I've only got 4 hours and I've got to get everything done, you'll only focus on important things that need to happen. If you look at when you go on holiday or vacation, for example, how often do you actually get more done in that day before you go away than you do any other time? So it just is about being intentional. So you don't have to hustle to build the life that you want. You don't have to step on other people to get where you want to go. You don't have to work hard. Just be in that complete joy and in flow, and you'll always get where you want to go. And the final myth, the third and final myth that I want to share is, I hear a lot that especially if you're going live stream or you're podcasting like we are now, actually we're doing both right now, is, you know, I hear a lot of people say, oh, but I only had, you know, 3 people watch my Facebook Live, or, oh, you know, I only had 10 people watching, and they feel like this failure, you know, like it's this myth that if you haven't got hundreds of people watching or commenting or engaging, that actually you're a failure because you haven't got all these people. But what I can tell you, what absolutely, like from the bottom of my heart to yours, that you don't have to have hundreds of people listening. It's not about how many you've got listening. It's about how much you're engaging with that audience. And I would just say that you will never, ever know how many lives you touch. And realistically, you'll only ever know of around 1% of the impact that you're actually making. So, you know, how many times have you done a live stream, or, you know, years later, someone's come and said to you, wow, like you made a massive difference to me there. Or, wow, you know, that thing you did, oh, that was amazing. You think, I never saw you show up on that, or I didn't know that you watched that, because they're silently watching. So you are that ripple. You are that one drop that you want to see in the world, and you are creating ripples. It's just, you know, don't get fixated on how many likes and shares you've got. Just focus on what you can control, and what you can control is the quality of the inspiration that you're delivering. So they're the 3 myths, and I hope you got something from those 3 myths today.
Absolutely amazing. And I absolutely did. And, you know, you remind me, I just watched recently the new Tom Hanks movie on Mr. Rogers. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but one of the beautiful things about him, that everything that you're saying is exactly what he put his attention on. He put his intention on one person, one moment at a time. And every person that he spoke to, it doesn't matter how many people were watching or anything else, it was literally, he was speaking to each child. And that's why he had such a huge ripple effect around the world, right? And I know that about you as well. You know, one of the things that I've noticed about you is you always have this energy about you. When we were on location shoot together, it didn't matter if it was at 7 o'clock in the morning or if it was at 1 o'clock in the morning. You had this energy about you. And I think that energy is a really important part of letting go of this, all the myths of aging. And I just love to know one of your secrets. Like, what is your secret for this incredible energy and vitality?
Oh, that's a really good question. No one's asked me that question before. I think it is just about being in complete flow. It's about letting go, and you have to let go to grow. And, I've heard several, there's a theme going on here. Each and every one is about letting go in some way. And when we hold on to stuff, and it's usually not even our stuff, when we hold on to that, then, we carry it around like this massive baggage, like holding a glass for 10 seconds isn't heavy, but you hold that for a lifetime, and you're carrying a lot behind you. And so I've really committed over the last maybe 12 years. I've just been letting go, letting go, letting go. And it hasn't been an easy process. Literally 4 weeks ago, Greg and I sold everything. We've moved on to a boat. We travel full time. I'm coming to you live from the boat now. We just sold everything. We got rid of everything, even setting up our children in their own homes. Over the last 3 weeks, we've set 3 of our kids up in their own homes. When I did Changemakers and the Awakening Giants documentary, I had a house in France, and it was a massive house. I had 3 gardens. It was enormous, and I put all of that into storage. When I came back from filming the Ecuador Awakening Giants, I put it all into storage. Greg and I had got married by that point, so I moved back to England where he was. And and I really held on to that stuff, and it was like, I'm going to buy that because that's going to be for my forever home, and I'm going to buy this and that's going to be for my forever home. And it's almost like since I was a student, I've been saving for this forever home. And then the kids had nothing, and they were starting off from scratch. And I said to Jen, who's the first, one of our daughters, she's the first that we got her a new house. And I said to her, just go into storage and help yourself to anything. And then I thought, oh no, but what if she starts taking that? And what if she takes that? Sammy, hang on, give your head a wobble. Come on. What if you bought those things and you just borrowed them on the way through? And actually, you were always buying them for your future children. You just had no idea that you would be doing that. And you've borrowed it, and you've been blessed with this amazing stuff. And now it's time to release it. It isn't yours. And that was actually a very challenging process. I didn't realize how much I was holding on to stuff, even though I couldn't see it and it was in storage. And I think that's the thing, is like, I really have worked on myself to be able to let go of stuff, to let go of limiting beliefs, to let go of what people say to me, to let go of the fear of being seen, to let go of the fear of judgment, to the fear of failure, fear of success. When I'm successful, how is my life going to change? I'm actually really happy with my life. Why would I want it to change to achieve that? And again, the compare and despair sets in. So, letting go of all that stuff, it gives you a lot of energy, and it gives you a lot of your own personal empowerment. And if you can empower yourself, you see many people that get on stages and they talk about things and they're not doing it themselves. So for me, the most important thing as a change maker, as an awakening giant, is that you have to live, breathe, eat, sleep, walk, and talk the very thing that you're passionate about. And because I'm so aligned with that, I think that's why I've got this enormous energy. Like, I sleep. People say to me, Sammy, do you sleep? I'm like, yeah, I sleep really, really good. When I go to sleep, I'm asleep, and I'll sleep for 8 to 10 hours. But then I'm totally on it. And I think that's the key thing is, just let go. You've got to let go to grow. And that once you let go, you'll feel more empowered, you'll feel lighter, you'll start to realize that the people you're attracting to you are also people with high energy like yourself. And that creates this kind of, I don't know, there must be some quantum physics term for it. And Sprite, I know you'll know that.
I actually don't know the term for it, but I have caught your energy, and it's a theme that everyone here has been talking about today, really, and that's really beautiful. And I know also for my own life as well, it really is about that letting go, and there is a beauty and a gift that comes with aging that helps us to move into this new perspective of what our lives can really be. And it's almost like we spend the first half of our life gaining and accumulating, and then the next half of our life recognizing, oh, I'll just let all that go. And, and then we find this whole new drive. It's like, whoa, fifth gear of energy and life and purpose and passion and everything. So thank you, Sammy. That was absolutely beautiful.
You're welcome.
And I want to thank each and every one of our incredible Awakening Giants today. What a powerful conversation that we had on age busting and myths around age and letting ourselves be the ripple, letting ourselves be the change. Thank you all for being here. And I hope all of you join us on our next fun, inspiring, and uplifting episode of A Giant's Journey. If you have a question, comment down below. And if you have an idea for a future topic, please let us know. Also, while you're here, you might want to check out some of our other inspirational episodes. And please subscribe so you never miss a hot, juicy giant topic.